Hi, welcome to yoga. My name is Kirsten. Thanks so much for joining me today. We've got a yoga flow for you to focus on letting go. So letting go of any sort of negative energy. If you're just feeling like overwhelmed, angry, frustrated, anything that is not serving you right now, this is a great flow for that, or just for kind of like letting go of stress and feeling like relaxed and great for the rest of your day. So here we go. All right, we're going to start standing today. So bring the feet to about hip width apart on the mat. And then just rock the weight back and forth from the toes to the heels, noticing the weight shift. And then coming to rest in stillness, dropping all 10 toes. The weight is equal between the toes, the balls of the feet, the heels, just kind of really feeling into the ground, feeling stable and supported. You're going to start to tune into what you're feeling right now. So in this moment, what kind of emotions are coming up for you? What kind of feelings are you experiencing? Notice if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling any of those, any sort of emotions, any sort of quality of being. Just take a moment to notice what's coming up for you. Maybe close your eyes and tune in. So notice the breath. Maybe the breath is catching a little bit, a little ragged. Maybe you don't want to close your eyes. Maybe you're feeling like this is, not a good time to relax, and that's okay. Just notice where you're at, what you're feeling. If you don't have words for it, that's fine too. Just feel the quality. Sometimes the quality of the body can be an indicator better than actually bringing words to it. So does your actual body feel kind of jittery? Does it feel sore? Does it feel like it wants to move a lot, or it's tired, or it's gripping and really, really tense? So just kind of notice what's going on in your body and your mind. Good. Now on the inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And audible exhale through the mouth. Let the arms go back down. Once again, inhale up. And audible exhale. Letting it go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Let it go. Good. Inhale, arms up. And big sigh, exhale. Letting it all go. Good. Shaking the head a little bit, shaking the hands. Just shake some of that negative energy out. Maybe bring it into the arms, the shoulders. Let the legs come into it. Be a little bit silly. Kind of shake all that negativeness out. Good. Perfect. Now we're going to do a mudra that is great for letting go of what no longer serves you. So this is called Ksepana mudra. So bring the hands together, palms together, and interlace the fingers. Now straighten just the pointer fingers up toward the ceiling and bring the thumbs to cross over one another. Good. Now bring this mudra to heart center, fingers pointing up. And we're going to do a little flow with this. So turn the fingers to point down toward the ground. Good, and swoop the hands down and then around and up overhead. Good, and bring the hands to touch the top of the head, the crown of the head, and then as if it's a waterfall flowing down the front of your face, Gently touch to the forehead, the nose, the lips, the chin, and coming back down to heart center. Once again, turn the fingertips down, swoop the hands down, around, and up, and lightly brushing the crown of the head, the forehead, the nose, lips, and back down to heart center. Now bringing the breath into it. So on the inhale, turn the fingers down and swoop. And exhale, waterfall. Inhale, turn the fingertips down and swoop down and around and up. Exhale, waterfall. Inhale, down and swoop. Exhale, waterfall. Inhale, down and swoop. Exhale, waterfall. Inhale, down and swoop. Exhale, waterfall. Inhale, fingertips down and swoop the arms around. And exhale, I let go of what no longer serves me. Inhale, fingertips down and swoop around. May I think kind thoughts. May I know what is true. May I speak well. May I feel at peace. Go ahead and release that mudra. Bring the hands down by the sides. Maybe roll the shoulders. Come into mountain pose. Allow the eyes to close. And just breathing here, noticing the inhale and exhale, passing through the nose. Notice the feet planted into the ground. And notice where you're at now. So notice what you're feeling. Notice what's coming up for you. Notice if there's any slight shift from when we started practice. It's okay if nothing has changed. Just notice, be aware of what you're feeling right now. And allow the eyes to flutter open. We'll take a step to the short edge of the mat, the top of the mat. Good, and from here, raise the arms up overhead, and then bend the knees, drop the hands, drop the head all the way down, forward fold, coming to hang. And you can start to rock the hands back and forth a little bit, side to side. Feet again, hip width apart, maybe walk them out a little bit farther if you need to. Good, nod the head yes, shake the head no, releasing the neck. Now plant the hands on the mat and take a step back, coming down into tabletop position, hands and knees. We'll do a little bit of cat and cow stretching here. So drop the belly, look forward for cow, inhale, and exhale, round the back, cat. Inhale, cow, and exhale, round the back, cat. Follow your own breath 3 more times. Inhale and exhale. And come back to tabletop. Now tuck the toes. Plant all 10 fingers nice and strong into the mat. So really notice those fingertips digging down into the ground, creating support before we move into downward dog. Draw the belly button up toward the spine. So really acknowledge the belly button tightening up toward the spine, providing some support for the core. Good, and when you feel ready, nice and balanced, draw the hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Bend one leg, straighten the other, walking the dog out a little bit here. And come to stillness. Once again, nod the head yes, shake the head no. And do any movements that feel good for waking up the back side of the body, the neck, the spine, the backs of the legs. Good, take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Letting go. Inhale through the nose. Big sigh through the mouth. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Letting go. Good. Shift the weight forward over the hands, coming into a plank for just a moment. And then step the right foot forward between the hands. Low lunge. You can stay here or drop that back knee down, whichever is more comfortable. And start to move back and forth in this. We tend to hold a lot of stress and emotions in our hips. So doing some hip opening, stretching can be really kind of cathartic and help us to let go of some of the stress we maybe didn't even know we were holding on to. Good, drop that back knee down to the ground now if it isn't already. And swoop the arms forward and up, coming into a high lunge. Sink into that left hip. So once again, opening the front of the hip. Keep breathing. Now drop the hands to frame the front foot. Lift the knee up off the ground. Plant the left hand onto the ground and raise the right arm. Twist, looking up toward the ceiling. And drop the hand. And step that right foot back to meet the left. And lift the hips, downward facing dog. And shift the weight forward, coming into a plank. And now bring the left foot forward between the hands. Low lunge. So stay in runner's lunge. You can drop that back knee down. Rock back and forth a little bit. Good, now drop the right knee if it wasn't already and swoop the arms forward and up. High lunge. Sinking into the front of that right hip. And breathe. Maybe start to gaze up toward the ceiling. And just a slight arch to the back. Not a deep back bend, just kind of gazing up toward where the ceiling meets the wall. And drop the hands to frame the front foot. Lift the back knee up. Plant the right hand and raise the left arm. Twist. Drop the left hand to the mat. This time bring the right foot forward to meet the left. Forward fold, drop the head. Hanging here, maybe clasp opposite arms. Hanging like a rag doll. Rock back and forth, left to right. Nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it go. Now bend the knees, roll the spine, come all the way up to stand. We'll run through a few sun salutations. So inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins, look forward, flat back. Exhale, drop the hands and step the feet back to plank. Inhale, chaturanga, upward dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. And hold for 3 rounds of breath. And step forward between the hands. Flat back, look forward. And drop the head, forward fold. Round the spine, roll all the way up to stand. Tadasana, mountain pose. And again, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, inhale, step back to plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. 3 rounds of breath. Step forward between the hands. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. And exhale, Tadasana. Last time, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, and downward dog. And hold. 3 rounds of breath. And step forward between the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Round the spine, inhale, come all the way up to stand. Roll the shoulders, open the chest toward the front of the room. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. We'll go through one sun salutation B. So bend the knees, sitting back into chair pose. And drop the hands to the floor, forward fold. Plant the hands on the ground, step back to a plank. Lower chaturanga. Press up to cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Now lift the right leg up in the air, three-legged dog. And now step this right foot forward between the hands. Turn the left foot to about 45 degrees. Swoop the arms forward and up. Warrior one. We're bending the right leg to about 90 degrees, really sinking into this kind of lunge warrior position. And keep breathing. Draw the belly button in toward the spine. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Good, now drop the hands by the sides, and we're going to shift forward into a modified warrior three. So bring the weight forward, straighten the front leg, keeping that left leg, the back leg, on the ground. Swoop the arms back, airplane arms, and start to lean, hinge forward, warrior three. Good, plant that left foot all the way back down onto the floor. Swoop the arms forward and up, come back into warrior one. Now we're going to open the arms into warrior two. So I apologize for turning my back to the camera. We're going to open the arms to face front and back of the room. Turning the back toe out if you need to accommodate. Warrior two. Really reaching from fingertip to fingertip. Dropping into that front leg, still bent to 90 degrees. Keep breathing. Good, now windmill the hands down, all the way down to frame the front foot, coming up on the back toe. Plant the hands nice and solid on the ground. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Downward dog. Good, lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, bring the left foot forward between the hands. Turn the right foot out to 45 degrees. Swoop the hands forward and up. Warrior one. Sinking into that, maybe, straightening and bending that front leg, kind of feeling into warrior one on the other side. Drawing the belly button toward the spine. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Start to shift the weight forward. We'll come into that modified warrior three. Drop the arms, airplane arms, straighten the front leg, and hinge forward. Good, stepping back to warrior one. And then open the arms to face front and back of the room, warrior two. Gaze is over the left fingertips. Nice strong core. Drop the shoulders away from the ears once again. Good, windmill the arms down to frame the front foot. Step that left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. And hold for 3 rounds of breath. This may be another good time to really sigh it out. So a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it go. Good. Step the feet forward between the hands. Bend the knees. Raise the arms. Chair pose. Good. Straighten the legs. Drop the hands. Roll the shoulders. Palms face front. Tadasana. Mountain pose. Beautiful. Turn to face the long edge of the mat. Take a nice wide stance. So as wide as you can comfortably, maybe walk those feet out a little bit more. Turn the toes a little bit in, pigeon-toed, heels out. Bring the hands to the hips. Open the chest, shine the heart forward, and start to hinge at the hips, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Reach the hands for the floor. If they don't want to touch the floor, just resting them on the shins. Drop the crown of the head toward the floor. Take the hands and walk them over toward the left foot. Dropping that nose toward the knee. And I'll walk the hands over all the way to the right foot. And walk the hands back to the center. Now bring the hands back to the waist and slowly start to come back up to stand. Nice and slow, bring the head up last so you don't get dizzy. You're gonna bring the arms out to the sides and swoop them around. See if you can clasp your hands behind your back. If not, just kind of rest your hands on the low back, fingers tips faced down. If you can clasp the hands comfortably, straighten the arms, kind of opening up the front of the chest. And once again, hinge at the waist, forward fold. Micro bend in the knees so they don't hyperextend. Good, now slowly start to come back up to stand. Let go of the hands and heel toe the feet back together, nice and slow. All right, stepping back to about hip width apart. Excellent job. And we'll do kind of a fun, another good letting go move. This is called knocking on heaven's door. So we're going to start to just kind of swing, twisting, allowing the arms to kind of go left to right. And allow the arms to be really loose. So they might start kind of bumping your front and your back. That's okay. As long as you're not hurting yourself, just kind of let those arms swing and be heavy, not trying to grip or control. Maybe start to bring the legs into it. So coming up off one toe, or sorry, off the heel onto the toe as you swing the opposite direction. Really letting it go. Nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth, whichever is more comfortable for you. And if this makes you feel a little bit dizzy, or if you're getting like sort of motion sickness, you can keep your eyes focused on one point straight ahead. So rather, you can let the head kind of go with the body if you like that, but you can also just keep the head looking straight ahead at the video or at a fixed point. Let the body do the moving. We'll stay with this for about 10 more seconds. Good, and start to slow down and come back to standing. Nice job. All right, we'll move into a tree balance. So shift the weight to the left foot. You can either kickstand the right or start to bring that right foot up to rest on the left leg. Bring the arms out to a T, or you can choose another arm position. So maybe hands come together at heart center. Maybe the arms reach up in a V like tree branches. Maybe bring the palms together overhead, all sorts of choices. So find an arm position that speaks to you today. And keep breathing. If you stumble and fall, that's perfectly fine. Just come back into it. Feeling that foot pressing into the ground, equal energy from the toes, the ball of the foot, the heel. Yeah, let go of the hands and let go of the feet. So switching sides. Bring the weight into the right foot, kickstand the left. Bring the left foot up the leg if you like, and then find your arm position of choice. Drawing the belly button in toward the spine, providing core support. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Crown of the head is nice and tall. Right foot has equal pressure into the ground. And find a drishti, so a point of unmoving focus. Instead of looking at me, find a spot that's not going to move on you to focus on. Keep breathing. Yeah, and let go of the hands, let go of the feet. All right, step back to the short edge of the mat. We're going to start to cool down now. So lift the arms up overhead and gentle bend in the knees. Drop the hands, come into a forward fold. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. Maybe sway back and forth. Enjoying this forward fold. Take any movements that feel good. And plant the hands on the ground and step the feet back. We're going to come into a tabletop once again. And we'll come back to cat and cow stretch. So rounding the back for cat. And looking forward, arching the back for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And 3 more with your own breath. And come back to neutral. Now bring the right foot out to the side. So straighten that leg and it comes straight out to the right side. Feel that stretch along the inside of the right leg, inside of the hip. As I mentioned before, the hips hold all sorts of emotions and tensions. So this is a great kind of a different stretch we haven't done yet for the hips. You can stay here with it, or if you'd like to play around, you can start to sit back toward the heels if it feels uncomfortable, if this is too much. Well, first of all, if it's too much just being here, bend that leg a little bit, kind of find somewhere that's comfortable. You definitely don't want to overstretch the knee or the inside of the leg. So make sure you're listening to your body. If you'd like to start to sit back, if this is feeling okay, start to sit the hips back toward the heels. And maybe walk the hands forward, drop the forehead down to the mat. Start to press the weight up, coming back up to onto the hands, and bend that right knee, come back to tabletop. Other side, so straighten the left leg out to the side. Once again, stay here, play around with what's comfortable, or start to sit back onto the heel. Walk the hands forward and drop the head to the mat. Start to come back up to tabletop. Now turn the left foot out to the side. Try not to kick Maggie in the head here. Poor little thing. And straighten the right leg. Draw the right arm up and overhead, side plank. Really feeling that opening all along the right side. Feeling the body letting go of tension that might have been held anywhere from the arm to the side of the chest, side of the hip, outside of the leg. Nice deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Allowing that to let go. Drop the right hand, come back to tabletop and do the other side. Sorry, Maggie. Turn the right toes out to the side, straighten the left leg, left arm overhead, side plank. Drop the left hand, come back to tabletop. Now switch sides, turn the left toes out to the side once again. Slightly different thing here, so straighten the right leg, but this time bring the right leg up off the ground and the right arm points up toward the ceiling. So this is a kneeling half moon balance. Nice tight core, strong arms, strong legs. Good, drop the leg and the arm and switch sides. Right toes out, straighten the left leg. Left foot comes up off the ground, left arm toward the ceiling, and gaze up toward the ceiling as well. Drop the leg and the arm, come back to tabletop. Good, now bend the left knee and bring it forward between the hands. So we've got a couple of options here. We can bend the right leg also and sit back. So this is a deer pose with both legs kind of bent the same direction. We would twist, turning over the left leg, and you can stay here or start to walk the hands down, dropping the head toward the mat for a deer. You should be able to really feel this along the outside of the left hip, so this is great for opening that up. If you would like to, if that's not quite strong enough for you, if you really like pigeon, we can straighten the right leg, shift the weight up, kind of square the hips toward the front of the mat, and drop the head down, pigeon. So pick a stretch that feels good for the outside of that hip. Keep breathing. Really relax into it. Intentionally allowing the tightness in that hip to melt away. Pressing up with the hands, nice and slow. And we'll switch sides. So straighten the left leg, bring the right foot forward, bent knee. Once again, you can bend both knees to the right. So a deer sit, and then drop the head down if that feels comfortable. Or straighten the left leg for pigeon. Resting the forehead on the hands or on the mat. I'm going to listen to my body, and pigeon is not feeling good on this side so much today, so I'm going to shift back into deer. Please do the same. Please pay attention to your body and One side might feel different than the other, as it does for me today, so really notice what's right for you in this moment, in this time. Starting to press up with the hands. And really nice and slow, we're gonna swivel around and come to lie back on the mat. Bring the feet nice and close to the body. Plant the hands on the floor, maybe walk the shoulders down the spine a little bit, and we'll do a bridge. So raise the hip points up toward the ceiling. Maybe walk the hands together underneath the body if that feels okay on the shoulders. Clasp the hands together, really helping the hips raise up, coming up onto the backs of the shoulders. Keep breathing. Keep a space between the chin and the chest. So the chest rises up toward the chin, but then the chin rises up toward the ceiling. If you'd like to go one step even further, you can rest the elbows on the floor and tuck the hands underneath the low back, supporting that bridge with the arms. Keep breathing. Good, and let go with the hands, and slowly with control start to roll the spine back down to the ground. And just pausing here, drop the knees together, feet nice and wide, constructive rest. Little counter pose for that back bend. Big inhale through the nose. And big sigh. Let it go. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Good. Come back to a normal breath. Now straighten the left leg along the mat. And draw the right leg up toward the body. So we're going to try to straighten that right leg, foot up toward the ceiling. You can grasp behind the thigh, or maybe walk the hands down, grasp behind the calf. Maybe even reach peace fingers, so the first two fingers for that big toe, hand to toe pose. Relax the muscles of the face. Relax the jaw. Keep breathing. Keep reaching that heel up toward the ceiling. Good, now take the left hand to the foot or to the leg, maybe cross it to the opposite side, and drop the right hand down to the floor, and we'll start to drop the right foot across the body to the left side for a twist. Gaze can be over the right shoulder. Good, bring it back up to center. Drop the right foot to the mat and switch sides. Straighten the left leg up toward the ceiling, grasping behind the thigh, behind the calf, or reaching for the big toe. And cross the right hand over to the outside of the left foot. Reach the left arm out to the floor and twist. Sorry about that. And come back to center. Straighten the left leg along the mat. Move into Shavasana, final resting position. If this is too strong on the low back or if it's uncomfortable, you can bend the knees again. Constructive rest with the feet nice and wide, knees knocked together in the center. Otherwise, straighten the legs along the mat. Walk the shoulder blades down the back, turn the palms face up toward the ceiling. Allow the eyes to close if that's comfortable for you. Relax the muscles of the face again. Relax the jaw. Relax the shoulders. Feel the weight of the entire body sinking into the floor. We'll take a deep cleansing breath and visualize, so imagine that this breath comes in through the soles of the feet, works its way all the way up the legs, all the way up the spine, all the way up to the head. And then exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Inhale through the feet, all the way up through the body, all the way to the head. And exhale audibly. One more inhale. And exhale. Good, and come into stillness. Final rest, Shavasana. If the mind starts to wander, starts to think about what's next, what's coming up, or what happened in the past, bring attention back to the feeling of the body resting on the floor, that sensation of contact, of heaviness, being supported. Focus on where you are right now. And start to become curious, so tune into your emotional state now. Is it any different than it was when we started practice? What kind of emotions or feelings are you experiencing? What kind of thoughts are coming your way? We can allow thoughts and emotions to show up, but we can remain separate from them, so observe them, allow them to come, and then allow them to move along. Notice if there are any sensations in your body. Notice if there's a sense of maybe tingling, maybe warm or cold, maybe tense, maybe relaxed. Notice how your body feels at this time. And bring attention to the breath, just watching with the mind, the inhale and exhale. Notice the feeling of the inhale and exhale on the nostrils. Notice the rise and fall of the belly with each breath. Notice the lungs expanding in all directions and contracting with each breath. Inhale, nourishing the body, the mind, the emotions. And exhale, releasing anything that no longer serves you. Now start to deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Starting to bring awareness back into the space around you. Maybe starting to wiggle the fingers and toes, waking up the body. Gently roll the wrists and the ankles one way and the other way. Reach the arms up overhead. Full body stretch from toes to fingertips. And make your way over to your side. Slowly pressing up to a seat. Good. Bringing the hands together at heart center, we'll go back into Ksapana Mudra. So interlace the fingers, straighten the pointers facing up toward the ceiling, cross the thumbs over one another. Turn the fingertips down and we'll flow just 3 times. So swoop the fingertips down and around with an inhale. And exhale, waterfall down the face back to heart center. Inhale, swoop the fingertips down and around. Exhale, I let go of what no longer serves me. Inhale, turn the fingertips down, swoop them around. Exhale, may I think kind thoughts. May I know what is true. May I speak well. May I feel at peace. Turn the fingertips down. Savana mudra is practiced typically with the fingertips pressed down or pointing down toward the floor. So we'll hold this mudra for just a few breaths in stillness. Releasing any last remnants of negative energy. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Be well, everybody. Namaste.